Hello NVIDIA, I'm Ralph, this is Holger, and we have designed a project for the NVIDIA AI Specialist course. So as first, let's look at the actual use case for this project.
The New South Wales government has rolled back a 2022 decision by the former government to allow farmers to harvest 30% of rainwater runoff for farm use. It's been reverted to 10%. Water Minister Rose Jackson told the Daily Telegraph, "I have talked to the Irrigators Council and the farmers about some of my concerns for some time. They're not going to like the decision." This latest state government decision coincides with the federal government's desire to increase water buybacks as part of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan.
When you have a water authority, it's very, very difficult to track exactly where you have these water storages or floodplain harvesting. Here is a good example of an area where you see water in these one storage. Here you do not have any water. There's no water here, there's no water here, and you have the fields here. Again, difficult to see if this is a harvest area or this is a field, and vice versa. Now we have all the images with the exact coordinates on the satellite imagery, and here you go. We just collect them and we see where are these reservoirs taking place.
Yeah, so Rafi just showed our code repository, and this is the script that splits the data into a test and training data sets. So in our GitHub repository, we also have the entire data set, and within our GitHub repository, we have these folders where we have our train and test data. So what this Python script does is that it sort of randomizes the data into the test or training data set, and does it like this. And you have a random state, so this can be reproduced for other people using our GitHub repository.
So as we're going from these pictures, we'll start to see how the AI algorithm can detect the floodplain harvesting or the reservoirs.
Yeah, so as you see here is the repository where we have our data. So we have our raw image data where we have a training data set with dead spots and also one with reservoirs. And using Cogniflow AI, we can then label the data. So in Cogniflow, we sort of create bounding boxes around either the dead spot or the reservoirs, and then we get the labels and the coordinates for that. And that is our training data. And then we have a script that sort of randomizes the data into a test and validation set.
We are just taking some of these raw satellite imagery. You can see here. This is a very raw satellite imagery that's captured. As you can see here, we have many fields that are just sort of scattered all around the places. What we are trying to see is where are these so-called floodplain harvesting or so-called water grabbing taking place.